Well, I decided to shut down early, so hopefully we're gonna catch some nice footage over here. Guys are flying by. I don't know how they're driving this fast. I'm telling you, I'm going empty, right? And I look at my fuel mileage, like I just did what, I don't know, less than 3 hours from Dryden. I'm pretty much just west of northwest of Thunder Bay, and I'm already almost at 50% of my tanks, whereas I was maybe at 90% when I was leaving Dryden. I don't know, just it's very cold. All of a sudden, last night it was I don't know, minus 15 F. What was it, like minus 18? No, maybe less. Maybe no, even more. I think it was minus 18 Celsius. And I went to a hotel again because it was too cold to sleep in the truck. And then I came out at 10 o'clock at night and warmed up the truck. Ran it till I saw, 150 on the coolant. Shut down, went back to the hotel. And then I start looking at the forecast, and it says overnight it's gonna drop to minus 28 Celsius. Which is, I don't know, minus 30 F or something, it's just total crazy. And I woke up in the morning, went to the truck. I thought it would not start, because everybody else, they were running their trucks. You see, that guy is going slow. That's about 90 an hour, 56, 57. But I'm using the mighty Shell Rotella T6 5W40, and especially since I warmed up the truck at 10 o'clock, right? So at 8 o'clock it was about 10 hours without working, right? And by the way, that's Highway 1117. And so I was sitting there, yeah, and so I came in, I turned the key, I'm waiting to see some pictures, indicating there's something warming up, like on the block, or I think on my Mac I had some injector, like there was a little spiral picture, and it was not a block heater, it was something with injectors, Something was warming up injectors, I think. But on this one there's nothing, except I have this, which I never use. I don't know why I paid for this, but basically that one has a timer. I need to learn how to use it. Now speed limit is 90 kilometers an hour. 56 miles per hour. People don't care. I think average speed is about 105 or 65 miles per hour. Now look at that picture. I think I should maybe take a picture of this. With the moon and that building and this. Yeah, that should work. Anyway, so the truck started from half a turn. Half a turn, the truck started. I was really impressed, But I think even though I drove 3 hours, I still think the DEF is still frozen, because the needle did move from, I had full tank of DEF. It didn't move in 3 hours, And I'm telling you, I'm burning fuel like crazy, even doing 56 miles per hour. Because it's minus 18, which I looked up on my calculator, is zero F. Like, this is not a joke, And this is the sundown, and just maybe 10-15 minutes from here there's this Highway 102, like a shortcut that goes around Thunder Bay, and then but there's no truck stops in there, and then the nearest truck stop either you have to go inside Thunder Bay, like, you know, city traffic, but there's nothing on the bypass, or you go another 40 minutes east of Thunder Bay. There's a Flying J, and it's not like a real Flying J, it's like, you know, one of those weird third-party franchise, you know. Before they didn't even have coffee in Flying J mugs, but now they do. Yeah, I really like that, you know. I want to go take that picture, but and so yeah, so that's what I did, and started the truck, and I was sitting there till noon, because Wednesday is usually good for loads, but I'm talking to people and nothing works. Like, there's a load in Woodstock, Ontario was canceled. There was a load in Milwaukee, too cheap, you know. They don't want to pay my rate. So the only thing that worked is I'm talking to a guy who has two loads out of Alberta, and they require the Jeep and Stinger, and so I might just need to do that, you know. So now I'm heading back empty. I talked to the plant. I'm waiting for the money from Ontario, and hopefully Friday, Monday I should pick up the Jeep and the Stinger, and then I either wait a couple of days to see if there's any cheap loads going to Alberta from here, but then of course I would have to put my Jeep down, right, because otherwise the Jeep will be on the deck, because those loads definitely need a Jeep and a Stinger. They don't recognize the pusher. And so I'm gonna wait maybe a couple of days, like Monday, Tuesday. This guy said he's okay waiting. He says I can even do a load like into US, you know. And if there's no loads, I'll just go to Alberta empty, you know. I'm really anxious to try out this new setup, you know. So this would be a cool first load. And also talking to another lady that she has this 100,000-pound excavator. Super cheap, doesn't want to pay, and she wants it to go in bond, which I have to pay $350 US for. And then finally she came a bit close, like more or less fair rate, but I checked the permits. The permits would be like $1,000 US for 8 axles, and about 2,100 if I go and do that with a Jeep and Stinger. Because, you know, 100,000 pounds, that's you basically need 9 axles, because I remember last time when I was moving this Pennsylvania thing, remember the one that got turned around from Ontario and sent me back? I had issues, you know. I was struggling because 160 in theory, yeah, it's like 20 times 8, but the thing is, they don't want to give you full weight, you know, because my truck is pretty short, right? I remember they didn't want to give me full weight on the last 3 axles on the truck, and they didn't want to give me full weight even on the trailer, you know. So something like this, you know, now I'm beginning to see more and more the value of the Stinger. What did we shut down? That was my heater over there. So the Stinger, I love that thing. First of all, you get full 80K at least in the back, because they're spaced out, and it's much easier to turn around corners, you know, especially somewhere in a small town. But you become longer, right? You become like at least 10 feet longer, and some places might ask for an escort. But I love that. I'm very happy that I spent money on that one. And the Jeep, I'm telling you, I cannot wait till I get that Caterpillar service truck. And so yeah, so that's the plans for the future, is to load my shiny new Jeep on the deck, load the Stinger, and head out to Western Canada. Do two of those back to back. And again, like I said, the guy is willing to wait till maybe I'll find a load, you know, something cheap going back to Alberta, so that I don't drive, you know, 2,000 miles empty, because that's the distance from Toronto to Alberta. It's pretty far. But, you know, there's nothing else. There's nothing else. It's winter. It's January. I need to make my payments. Truck, trailer, insurance, stuff like that. And I'm okay with that. And so that's the update. So from somewhere near Thunder Bay, Captain Sergey out. Says stay tuned. I might find something. That's why actually. Oh, last thing I wanted to say is that's why I stopped here before Thunder Bay. Because if I continue for 10 more minutes, then I hit that 102, the bypass, right? And 102 goes around, and then it joins 1117 east of Thunder Bay. And the problem with that is, and again, the truck stop is like 40 minutes east of Thunder Bay. But the problem with that is that maybe there'll be a load. I posted my truck in Thunder Bay, and I posted my truck in Minneapolis, which from Thunder Bay I can still get into that part of the States. You know, there's Highway 61, I think it's called. But it's before that turnoff. Or, yeah, it's before 102. And that's why I think I found this little gas station over here. And I want to stop here and maybe wait an hour in the morning, you know, see if somebody posts something. And I'm gonna check it now, my load board. If not, we'll keep going east from Thunder Bay, east towards Sudbury. Or no, I'm not gonna go near the lake. I'll go around on a longer Cochrane, via Cochrane, Ontario, via New Liskeard. And by the way, this way I'm coming, I'll be passing the factory where my Jeep and Stinger are sitting, right? So hopefully by the time I'm there, I'll have the money to pick them up. So that's what's happening. Very cold, very remote area, no loads. Just basically going back home. That's what we're doing. But at least there's no snow, like it's not snowing. Like all this snow, it's very old. It was snowing very bad here probably 1 week ago. Okay, I'm gonna show you two more trucks. And one car. Pickup truck. And this is it. This is the last one. The reefer. Bye bye. Safe travels. Bye. Bye.